This is TVM. TVM delivers breaking stories, global headlines, and the moments that matter. From exciting sports action to exclusive local events, we keep you connected. Celebrate our culture, people, and voices with powerful documentaries and inspiring stories. Experience premium entertainment, from trending music to urban lifestyle and beyond. Grow your spirit with life-changing messages and uplifting perspectives. Lead the way with bold conversations, fresh ideas, and thought-provoking shows. Wherever you are, whenever you want, watch TVM on all your devices. TVM, your world, your network.
Hello, welcome to another episode of TVM Express. I am your host for today. My name is Mara Samuels, and I have my co-host in the studio here with me, Juliet. Hi, Juliet.
Hi, Maru. How you doing?
Thank you for joining me on today's TVM Express.
Thank
Today we'll be talking about the inflation rates and the inflation, the markets, and the costs of celebration as Nigerians prepare for Christmas and the end of year festivities. Many families are facing a familiar challenge, which is the rising prices in the markets. It's no news that price of things are going up. Despite recent reports of easing headline inflations, food items, transport, clothing, and festive essentials remain costly. This episode of TVM Express examines the contradiction between official inflation and every market realities. What inflation really means for households during this festive season and what ahead in the new year. But first, we'll look at what we have we'll look at what we have on today's dailies, and we'll go through our newspapers here with us. So, Juliet, can you do us the honor of telling us what we have in our today's dailies?
Okay,
please?
we'll begin with Vanguard newspaper. We have year-end festivities push inflation to 4 months high, and this can be found in page 19. And then we have emergency rule. President can suspend elected officials, Supreme Court, on page 9.
But I wonder why this is coming now. This president can
Suspend
suspend.
elected officials.
Why is this news coming now? Because I think that is in relation to the Rivers State governor that was suspended at some time. So
Yeah.
why is it now that he has finished serving that suspension period, and then after he has finished serving it, the PDP leaders are now coming, PDP governors rather, are now coming out to say that he shouldn't have suspended. Anyway, let's
I
go
think that's
on to the
actually a thought-provoking question. Like, honestly.
All right,
Okay,
let's go.
the next one is terrorism sponsor, ex-governor Bafarawa Carpet Bello Toji. This is also on page 9. And then we have Malami accuses EFCC of witch hunt, demands chairman's recuser on page 7. And then reps Wade into Dangote, NMDPRA dispute, some more parties. And this can be seen on page 8 of the Vanguard newspaper.
Okay, so do well to grab your copy of the Vanguard newspaper, and let's see what we have on our other newspaper for today.
Okay.
Okay, we have
move
The
to
Nation.
the Nation.
Yeah.
We have Buhari didn't name successor to save life. Keep APC intact.
I wonder what that means. Why didn't name successor to save life?
Keep APC intact.
Okay, that's interesting.
And we have Supreme Court president has power on emergency order is synonymous to what we just read on the
And
Vanguard
on the
newspaper.
Vanguard.
And then
And that's
this
on
can be
page
seen
2.
on page 2, yes.
Yeah.
And then we have viral bandits footage result of interagency tension. Police to resume enforcement of tinted glass, and it's still on page. Okay, the viral bandit footage result of interagency tension can be found on page 3. And then police to resume enforcement of tinted glass permit from January 2nd can be found on page 4 of the
So are we
Nation
back to
newspaper.
this tainted glass permit thing? It was a thing. It was a thing. It was a thing at some point. Some few weeks or some months ago, we had this tinted glass permit thing on the news, and I'm wondering why it's back. Okay, well, they said to resume. They resume
January
the enforcement
2nd,
of the tinted glass permit January 2nd. Okay.
I wonder why don't they just start it now? This is festive period due to the rate of insecurity and all.
Oh well, I believe they should have their reason for I believe they should have their reason for just pushing it until January 2nd.
Yeah.
I think we have boost for disposable income as inflation drops to 14.45%, and that's on page 3 of the Nation's newspaper. Then we also have downward, it says Tinubu, Buhari taught Nigerians public office is a trust, not a windfall. Okay, that stories continues on page 2 of the Nation's newspaper. And ex-president's biography reveals why he didn't overrule Osibanjo. Well, it's like the newspaper today is about Buhari, and the legacy he left behind. It also says federal government targets aggressive revenue drive to curtail 52 trillion naira debts. That's on page 7 of the Nation's newspaper. All right. We're done with the Nation's newspaper. Let's go on to the next.
Daily Sun.
Daily Sun, okay.
Okay, we have PDP, lawyers fought Supreme Court. And this can be seen on page 6 of the Daily Sun newspaper.
Yes, we're still on...
Yeah, we have Tinubu charges Army to remain apolitical. This can be seen on page 4 of the Daily Sun newspaper. And then we move further. We must defeat enemies of Nigeria Defense Minister charges soldiers.
We must defeat
enemies of Nigeria Defense Minister charges soldiers.
Okay.
And this is on page 26. And court rules on Ngege's bail application on Thursday, page 5 of the Daily Sun newspaper. And then lastly, we have CJN warns against conflicting decisions on political matters.
Okay, from my end here, still on Daily Sun, I can see PDP will come out strong. PDP will come out of current challenges better, stronger, says McCarthy. Also, FIRS to raise 2026 revenue targets to 35 trillion naira as Senate frowns at multiple budget rollovers. Federal government admits 30 trillion naira revenue shortfall in 2025, and that's on page 8 of the Daily Sun. Dangote says oil mafia worse than drug cartels, behind over 100 attacks on Port Harcourt refinery. A lot is happening. So I just have a question. Why, before we go on to our next dailies, right? Why do we have this PDP governors coming out to speak now that the River State governor has just finished serving his suspension period? What difference is it going to make? What use is it really? Because I see no reason for them coming out now to start, talking about it. Let's go on to the next dailies.
Okay.
The Guardian.
Is actually The Guardian. Supreme Court's verdict on emergency rule unsettles polity power structure, page 6. And then we have inflation outperforms Tinubu's targets. Cases to 14.45%, which can be seen on page 15 of the Guardian newspaper. Then Tinubu lauds Buhari's legacy, virtues at biography launch, page 9. Then we have Senate flays multiple budgets, raises IRS 2026 target to 35 trillion naira. Page 3.
Okay, from my end, I still see on page 3 of the Guardian dailies, House summons Dangote and MDPRA boss over renewed rift. And staring at us at the big um, front page of the same Guardian,
Yes.
of the Guardian, we have 18 billion ordinary shares on offer at 12.50 per share. Okay, so it's still based on what we have there. Do we have the punch? Do you have the punch there?
No, there is no punch newspaper.
Okay, so from my end, it's synonymous to the Guardian newspaper. Petrol battlefield, Dangote importers locked in brutal price war. And it says Dangote sparks 102 billion naira monthly loss for importers as refinery enforces 699 naira per liter. Petrol marketers film depot reviews prices. On page 7, Buhari believed Aso Rock gossip. I planned killing him. Okay, Buhari believed Aso Rock gossip that I planned killing him, Aisha. And that's on page 7. So, if you want to know more about this news, you can grab your copy of the Punch newspaper and read what it says. Ngige, EFCC clash over missing passport in London. All right, that's it for our dailies. We have a lot going on in the news today, and what we're basically looking at is the inflation in this festive season. And as we all know, Christmas is meant to be a season of joy, togetherness, and generosity, but for many Nigerians, this year's celebration is coming with tough economic decisions. Prices in the markets are rising, incomes are stretched, and families are adjusting traditions to survive. Today on TVM Express, we're asking, why is Christmas getting more expensive? Juliet, why is Christmas getting more expensive? From your end, why do you think Christmas is getting more expensive?
First of all, Christmas is a period where we celebrate Christ, so it's always expensive in Nigeria. It's like a common thing, but now it's becoming more expensive because most traders, they see it as a time for them to start making money, for them to start recovering what they've lost since the beginning of the year. So it's like an advantage to them. During this festive period, a lot of people see it as a time to get all what they've lost. And also, that's basically why Christmas is getting expensive. And also, aside from that, the state of the economy. But the state of the economy has always been the way it is now. But I feel it's getting worse by the day because
but does it always have to be like this every Christmas? I beg your pardon, does the state of the economy always get worse every year? Because it's now like a tradition that every Christmas or every festive season, be it Easter, be it Christmas, be it whatever we're celebrating, the prices of goods always skyrockets in the markets. Price of goods, price of transportation always skyrockets. So especially Christmas. So why do you think, or why can you say must have caused that to happen?
Like I said before, I feel it's mostly dependent on the traders, because some traders, even when they get it at a cheaper rate, they would want to get all what they've lost since the beginning of the year. So it's a time for them to actually get more money, a time for them to actually get what they want, get more money to recover the losses that they've experienced since the beginning of the year.
Okay, so for you, what does inflation mean for you as a Nigerian? When you hear inflation, what comes to your mind? What does inflation actually mean for you?
Inflation is a common term that everybody knows. It's actually a common term. Okay, for me as a Nigerian,
Yeah.
Inflation means the rate at which prices of goods and services increase over time.
Okay.
The rate at which prices of goods and
So
services.
how do you cope and how do you adjust to inflation? Like when you hear that, so imagine you went to, let's say you restocked your house, you restocked the food stuff in your house, say October, let's say during Independence, right? That was
Okay.
last time you restocked.
Mm.
And then now you need to restock for Christmas and the coming year, and then you go to market. So items you bought, let's say 2,000 during October, now you're selling for about 5,055. How do you cope? How do you adjust to that? Because it's really really crazy.
This is a difficult question. Let me be honest, because I'm not just standing here for myself.
Yeah.
Like I'm also considering other Nigerians. Okay, for that, I think that's where we tend to cut down what we buy, even
Okay.
though we need it. But in order for us not to go stranded or for us not to start begging on the street, we have to cut down what we buy, since the prices of things increase almost every time in the market. So we'll go for there is something we call scale of preference in economics, where you go for the most important thing. You arrange what you need, and then you purchase the most important at that point in time, and then you leave others. So for me, at this point in time as a Nigerian, what I do is that I try as much as possible to put down my scale of preference, and then I go for the most important, so that I will not be stranded at the end of the day. You know, the economy.
Yeah, I know, but the scale of preference. I understand is how the scale of preference works, but
Okay.
I don't think anybody would just want to go to the market and splurge money on unimportant things, right?
Yeah.
Almost everything you buy in the market today are important things. So when you say scale of preference, I have my list written down, even though we know that these days what you write in your list is not what you eventually buy when you get to the market. When you get to the market, your money will determine what you eventually come back with, not what you write in your list. But then let's now imagine that you envisage that you plan to buy this, you plan to buy that, you plan to buy that. And then when you get to the market, these things that you have planned to buy are important, right? When you get to the market, you now see that the prices have skyrocketed almost times 2 or even more than times 2 of the price. How do you now adjust? So does it now mean that instead of buying pepper and Maggi, you now buy only pepper? Sorry, instead of buying pepper and tomatoes, you now buy only pepper and leave tomatoes. Instead of buying salt and Maggi, you buy only salt and leave Maggi. So how do people adjust? Because we had to storm the market and we got the opinions of market traders, and we'll play the video shortly. And we had them talk about how they are adjusting, how things are for them. Let's have that video up.
All right.
Good evening, ma. How market dey for you?
Market is fine.
Okay, so we dey ask, how the increase in price of things dey affect una when they sell? These tomatoes and pepper when they sell now, how the price dey before, how e dey now? How the price of things dey affect una now when be Christmas period?
The things too cost. E no be like before. Everything there. Even customer sef dey complain say the thing dey too dear. Now we dey beg them to help us to buy, make the thing for fit comot for our hand, because dem even dey complain say things too dear for them and they don't get money. All dem dey complain for here.
Okay, so wetin you fit say make the price of the things dem to increase?
Na because as customer wey dey go follow buy, dem dey complain say load dear, so dem sef to even sell for us. We dey waka dey beg the tire to see say make the load still come down, make we for fit see buy for them cheap to sell for people cheap. But dem say load dear, so dem sef no fit sell for us cheap.
All right, thank you very much, ma.
The transport wey dem dey use no be small transport, na make the thing price dey high.
Oh, the transport na dey make am dey high, abi?
From Kaduna, from north to come this side, no be small. That make dem dey still road 3 days. Na make transport dey cost, no be our fault.
All right, thank you very much. Mama, more video.
Say very costly. Maybe as you buy costly, you will say costly. Once you buy sheep, you sell sheep. That is it.
So wetin make you feel say this Christmas period the price of things always dey go up?
Now the transport and the cost, if not, maybe they go buy a car very cheap, but the transport will make things they add. That's why.
Thank you very much. You just start. So how the price of things dey affect una when they sell? Una when they sell the market, so una dey sell food. How the price of things for market dey affect una when they sell?
E bad well because everything for market still go up. Things dey very expensive. Wetin you dey buy before like 700, now you dey buy like 2,000, 2,500. As they break things, dey increase all of things to go that things come dey go up every day. So our prayer be say make the government do things, make everything come back to normal, make the price dey normal because now people hardly feed things too there. Rate of pepper now na die. The rate wey manage cheap for the market na tomatoes. For spices or fish or anything wey you wan buy na DI. Bag of fries at least you don see come down, but at least see come down pass the way e dey.
All right, from what we saw there, I don't want to say it's funny, but it's really it's just somehow because I would say it's sad because Christmas is a time to be happy and to, commemorate the birth of Christ, celebrate with your friends and families. So in a normal sense, I think things should be cheap, relatively cheap for people to afford, and but like almost all of them complained, things are high because they are selling the things high because they also get it high from their from the people that they buy from, and then the cost of transportation, those that go for the bush markets and all, it's also high. And then for those that they go to farms themselves, it's risky going to the farms these days because of the insecurity. So the fact that they come out alive, so to speak, they have to put out that cost on their goods, and we the Nigerians and we the citizens have to pay that cost. Hence you see that things we bought cheap, let's say October, September, now you're getting it at almost ×2 or even more than ×2 of the price, and it's not what I don't think that's what it should be, though that has been like the tradition over the years, and I don't think that is what it should be. Anyways, official figures suggest inflation has eased in recent months, yet Christmas markets tell a different story. Why do you think there's a gap between inflation data and what people feel in the markets?
Thank you very much for the question. Why is there a gap between official data and what people feel in the markets? For me, I feel it's the timing, the time at which most of the time when the data are carried out, let's assume some data are carried out monthly or quarterly.
Yeah.
So and by the time these data are carried out, prices of goods most times they increase, like they can just increase drastically at any point in time. So I feel that's the major reason why there is a gap between the official data and the inflation and all.
Well, I think there's a gap between inflation data and what people actually feel in the markets.
Okay.
Because like you said, the times this data are actually carried out, things are not as expensive as they are. And even if they carry out this data when things are expensive, they really do not, it doesn't really cover everything. It doesn't really, it can just, have like a scale of 1 to 10. How do you think? But things are actually way worse than that. And then, is Christmas inflation a normal seasonal pattern, or is Nigeria experiencing something deeper and structural this year? Do you think Christmas inflation is a normal seasonal pattern, or is Nigeria experiencing something deeper this year?
I think it's a normal pattern. I feel it's actually a normal pattern because every Christmas, Nigerians face inflation. Like the inflation will become extremely, should I say, it becomes very, very high in terms of the prices of goods. The clothes that you can get on a normal day at a cheaper rate on Christmas.
Do people still buy Christmas clothes? Come to think of it.
People still do.
So have you bought your Christmas clothes?
For me, I'm not really, for me, I'm not really into that because I'll say, I'm no longer a child, so I feel I've outgrown that.
But you wear clothes, don't
I
you?
wear clothes, but I think Christmas is just like every other event, like every other day in my life.
So every other
So
day
why
you wear
should
clothes. So why don't you have the clothes for Christmas? I know,
I feel
Christmas.
it's a normal. Every other day I could get
Christmas is in the air, so Christmas comes with its own feeling. So I feel
Yeah.
you shouldn't wear your normal clothes that you used to wear to church, or your normal everyday clothes for Christmas.
For me, I feel it makes no difference. Like I can actually wear what I've been wearing to church on a Christmas day, provided it looks good. And
Interesting,
looks-
but not all Nigerians have this mentality
Yeah.
though, especially for children, for parents and their children, and even you when you were a child, if your mother or your parent had told you, look, I'm not buying Christmas clothes this year, you would think, oh God,
honestly, for me,
you want to suffer me now.
Yeah.
My parents is poor, and they don't
That
pay.
feeling actually came when I was
So
a child.
I think that's also part of the reasons why people are pressured
Mm.
to want to satisfy their children, to want to satisfy themselves, to want to give them that extra feel when it's Christmas, because nothing stops you from taking your normal gari and beans that you take on normal day on Christmas day. But if you, oh no, this is Christmas, so you have to do it, it must be rice. When I was much younger, as against other homes, my family, we don't do rice. We usually do this we usually make this cultural food we call ukodo.
Oh,
Yes.
that's porridge, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's our native porridge.
Ah.
That is our own Christmas food. So we usually don't do rice. Maybe if we go to visit those our uncles and aunties, we eat
That's
rice
when you
there.
eat rice.
Yes, but in our homes we usually do ukodo with the yam porridge and the spices and everything and the chicken and everything. We usually do that, but it was when we grew up and I started hearing, oh, rice is the major thing for Christmas. I'm like, oh, really? In my house it's porridge. We usually don't fancy rice because we eat rice almost every day, so we usually don't fancy rice. Instead, that ukodo is like we eat it just like once a year. We used to eat it like once a year because that's the food for the Christmas.
And
So
will there
just-
be chicken, like chicken attached to it to celebrate?
Hey, don't go there, Rico. If you see that ukodo setting, it's not the normal ukodo, it's the real Christmas ukodo. All right. So, for me, I think the Christmas inflation for this year, based on what we have experienced, based on what we've seen, the economy of the country, the inflation rate, the taxes, the everything, I feel it's not the I feel it's not the normal seasonal inflation, because if you're saying it's normal seasonal inflation, like last year now, bag of rice was sold at 100 and something thousand.
Okay.
Right? I think bag of rice this year is selling at 70 something, 8 something thousand.
there's,
Right? So
inflation.
it
It varies.
varies kind of. So this year it could be lower, next year it could be higher. So I don't think it's a normal seasonal inflation pattern. And I also think Nigeria is experiencing something deeper because a lot of debts flying here and there, if a lot of insecurity. Last year was not as the insecurity last year Christmas is not as bad as it is this year's Christmas.
Yeah.
This year, I don't think people are going to travel a lot for Christmas.
Not at all. I wouldn't even recommend that.
So
honestly.
I think Nigeria is, experiencing something deeper, and I pray to God and I want to use this medium and this opportunity and this platform to call on our security personnel and our government to please do something about it. Let us leave. We voted you guys into power. Allow us leave and allow us, enjoy the Christmas with our families. Somebody said, you shouldn't travel. He doesn't advise anybody to travel because the money you pay for transport is not up to the money you pay for ransom.
At all.
Do you understand?
That's
So
a good
if you are going to,
advice,
I hear people complain of the recent flight prices. From Lagos to Abuja, it's about 400 to 650,000 naira. That is not even compared to the amount of ransom that
They will be
that they'll be
required to
asked
pay.
for if anything happens. So if you can afford it, I'm not going to advise you to travel, but I'll just say, our government should please make Nigeria a safe place for us. Alrighty, let's go right into it. Okay, food is at the center of Christmas celebrations. Why are staples like Okay, food is at the center of Christmas celebrations. Why are staples like rice, chicken, tomatoes, cooking oil, and pepper still expensive despite the harvest season? Me, I've answered my own. My house is Sukodo. We used to eat. So you people that used to eat rice, why are the price of things like rice, chicken, and tomatoes going up? Oh yeah, over to you.
Okay, from the illustration you gave earlier, from the example, you see in some homes, in most homes, they feel that rice and chicken or rice stew and pepper and all of that are the major food, are the major items.
So I think those people are the people that are even making these things
so they
expensive,
know
because
target
I know
audience.
the more there's demand, the more you get supply. So I think that's the reason why. So this constant demand is
leading to
the inflation and the the constant increase in supply, right? So the constant increase in supply to satisfy the increase in demand, kind of increases the prices, and it still does not call for unnecessary increments, because we have all of these things in our country. We harvest these things, right? We have Nigerian rice now. We have our farms, we have tomatoes, we have pepper farms, we have tomato farms, we have chicken poultry, we have chicken farms. So these things are here in the country, so we are not importing anything. So it shouldn't be as expensive as they are now. So please let us try to do the needful. Yeah, transport fares spike every festive season. How much of Christmas inflation is driven by fuel costs, logistics, and insecurity on major highways? What would you say about the increase in transportation during this Christmas season?
The increase in transportation is just like, okay, for the increase in transportation this Christmas season, for now, from what I've seen, because when I was coming, I didn't experience anything like that. But we eventually know that there will be an increase in transportation, and that will be, let's say, a week to or a few days to Christmas. It will be extremely high. Like
you
I
mean
said
interstate
before,
or intrastate?
inter and intra. But
I don't think I've experienced interstate hike in transportation.
inter, it's common.
Really?
I can use
I know of
Edo
intra,
State as an
like
example.
from state to
Yes.
state. I know of that, but
It's also common in interstate. It happens.
oh really?
I could use my state as an example. It happens.
What
Just
state is
a
that?
few days to Christmas.
What state is your state?
Edo State.
Oh, okay, Edo State, yeah.
Yeah, let's say a few days to Christmas. It's usually high, like a place you can go to for just like 200 naira. They can even skyrocket to like 500 naira.
Really?
Like, because they know that people would go to some certain places.
And then they just
They
got
would
back,
like to
just
take-
came back.
Yes, they would like to take their kids.
So they
there.
are just got back. They're also part of the problem. People should stay wherever you are. Don't come.
So that's it.
Don't come, please. Don't come and increase things for us.
It's eventually increased from where
Am I
I've been,
speaking your
from where
mind?
I'm coming from.
Am I speaking your mind? I just got back. They shouldn't come now. They should just stay wherever they are. You think so? Well, or should they come? You want to see your friends and families when they come back. All right. Yeah. So anyways, I think the transport fare prices, there's a hike in transport fare prices every festive season. Like I said, I just got back, people. I just got back, people, like I've not experienced interstate price hike. I don't think I've experienced interstate. Intrastate, yes. From Warri to Benin, from Benin to Lagos, from Lagos to Warri, I've experienced that a lot. So if your normal bus ticket from Lagos to Warri used to be 15,000 during Christmas, 2 weeks to a week to and a few days to Christmas, and even till like January or most times up to the end of January, you have that hike in price. So if it's like 15,000 going to Lagos or coming from Lagos, that period you start seeing 23,000, 25,000, 30,000. There was a particular year I came from Lagos. I used to go to, was it 12,000? I came from Lagos that particular year with 28,000.
Wow, that was massive.
That's more than 100%.
Yes.
It wasn't nice at all. It wasn't nice. You know, that increase in price didn't really speak well, and it still does not speak well, because first of all, there's insecurity, right? So there's insecurity, and then why is there an increase in price? Like somebody said, if you are going to travel by road, make sure that the transport company ensures your safety. What that means is make sure that the transport company gives each bus or each buses a security personnel to travel with you people.
But not all transport buses have that.
How many people will do that? How many transport companies will do that?
That's another question. Not all of them have something like that. Not all of them have a lot of personnel. Not all of them even have
transport companies will not even do that.
Yeah.
Because they are not the ones that cause the insecurity in the country. So why should they be the ones providing security personnel for you? You have you and your God to guide and protect you to wherever you are going to. So you do not have, they do not have, or you do not have the luxury of entitlement to ask for that kind of thing from them. Many Nigerians say their income has not increased, but expenses have doubled. True. What does this imbalance mean for household welfare? Because we often see an increase in expenses, but you know, our income rates still remain the same. How does that balance up for you? How do you think that should be?
In every household, this kind of thing is disheartening. Let me be honest. I'm speaking on behalf of Nigerians as a Nigerian.
Okay, so you and the other Nigerians.
Yeah. It's actually disheartening. You are a Nigerian as well.
Really? Am I?
Okay, it's actually disheartening that the income does not increase, but then there is increase in prices of goods and all of that. So for me, I'll say it's really disheartening, and I pray God helps every Nigerian.
And sad as it is, you know, our minimum rate has been increased to 77,000 naira, right? So hearing that sounds kind of huge, you know, but it still does not cut off to anything. So what that means is having a minimum wage that is around that amount. What that means is no organization should pay people lower than that, even though we have organizations that pay people less than that, but that's by the way. So even if you are paid 100,000 naira, right, in a month your expenses double more than that on a normal day, on normal circumstances. Now compare that to this festive season where almost everything have tripled and doubled. How do people now cope? How do people now, you know, balance up their expenses and their income that they have just received? So I just got my salary today now, and I'm to go to the market to buy things. How do I now, you know, balance up what I'm supposed to buy and what I'm not supposed to buy? Because apart from buying, I have bills to pay. I have things to do. I have subscriptions to do. I have NEPA bill. I have my my phone data. I have my airtime. I have clothes to buy. I have other things to do apart from just going to the market to spend everything. So how does the constant increase, especially this Christmas season, for you, I'm saying to you now, how do you balance it up?
How do I balance it up? From the beginning of our conversation, I made mention of me putting in place some of the things that I will need, and then
your scale of preference.
Scale of preference. I know there are some things that we need at the moment, but then when the money is not enough, when you look at your pocket, you have to make some exceptions. You have to remove some things. So that's how I balance things up. I remove some things, and then I go for the one that I need the most. Maybe the urban ones, I'll get the other ones.
Okay, so let's look at the rural and urban areas. Are rural communities feeling this inflation differently from urban centers, especially in food production states? Do you think rural communities now are like the riverine areas, the villages, and how do you think they are feeling this inflation as much as we on the township side of the state or the country is feeling it?
Inflation affects everybody, but I feel it affects those that stay in the urban areas the more.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel it does.
Okay, because I feel so too. I'll agree with you on that, because the rural communities, most of them, they have their farms there with them, so they can just go to their farm and then get their food stuff and everything ready. But that does not mean that they don't suffer from insecurities.
They do.
They do suffer from insecurities.
Actually,
so also it's still on their end, because our urban traders go to the villages to get food, like the plantains and all that, and gari and the rest. They go to the villages to get this food stuff.
Yeah.
So the rural traders, from the vox pop we saw now, the rural traders, have to add their costs. The cost of farming, the cost of insecurities, the cost of mortality, the cost of labor, the cost of things that they usually would pay less for, but they have to pay high for. They have to spread it across the goods that they're selling off to these urban traders. And then the urban traders take it and pay for it with the prices that they pay for. And then when they bring it back to town, they have to get their profits, of course.
Yeah.
So they have to get their profits, and then they also spread it across the goods. And then we, Nigerians, we don't have a choice but to buy. And it's crazily high this Christmas season. All right, TVM Express will be back shortly. We need to go for this really quick and short break. We'll be back shortly. Stay tuned.
Hello, do you want to win amazing prizes? Just text TVM to +234 703 727 2983 and follow us on our social media platform and send a screenshot to our WhatsApp number +234 9028 518367 and stand a chance to grab airtime and data. Don't miss out. Text now.
Nigeria hasn't always justified the faith of its people, but there comes a time when you are pushed to the wall and there's nowhere to go but up.
If we just decide in our hearts that we want to believe in Nigeria and we want to take steps every day to make this country a better place.
This is our dream, and a new Nigeria is that dream that we so much seek and desire.
The destiny of Nigeria is in our hands. We are the country. The country is us.
We are Nigeria.
We are that turning point generation. We are Nigeria. We are the future.
We are the future. We are the dream. We are the nation. We are part of this. Yes, we are so amazing. That's the least we shall be. At the heart of the nation, changing history. How can they say that we are finished? We have just begun. When we have nowhere else to run to, we have nowhere else to go. So get out of the way of the land of our dreams. We are the nation, we are part of this. Oh, we are the nation, we are part of this. Whoa. The future is here. The future is here. The future has come.
The future is.
Oh, this land of mine, Nigeria, on my mind. Born in diversity, blessed beyond compare.
Through these 100 years, our struggles and through all our fears,
we're strong in our unity. Peace, our destiny. Here we are.
standing tall.
We're standing tall. Standing tall.
We are one.
100 years
of unity.
Nigeria, we will stand. We will stand. Oh, this land of mine. This land of mine. Nigeria, on my mind. On my mind. I pledge to you my loyalty, my love, my ability.
Ooh, and as we celebrate ourselves, we shall dedicate
To serve a new Nigeria, for a better land for all. Here we are, standing cold through adversities. We are one. 100 years, unity, Nigeria. We will stand on the mountain, shouting in the valley. Nigeria has come a long, long way.
on a journey to our future.
A brighter and better days. Together we will make it strong and invincible. We are on our way. Oh yeah.
One nation, indefeasible.
Nigeria,
Oh yeah.
here to stay. We are standing tall as a nation. Standing tall through adversity. We are 100 years. Nigeria, we will
We're still together.
one nation, one country. Nigeria, we will stand. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let the Yuletide bubble. From now on, now shining, stars upon the highest bough. Have yourself a very little Christmas now. Oh yeah.
Hello, welcome back from that really short break. We bring you the updates of some events that happened yesterday and today. Muslim hero tackles gunman in Bondi Beach, Hakuna shooting. On December 14th, a father and son inspired by Islamic State killed 15 people, including a 10-year-old girl, a rabbi, and a Holocaust survivor at the beach gathering. Police at the beach gathering, I beg your pardon. Police killed Sajid Akram, 50 years old, and arrested his wounded son, Navid, 24 years old, who had poor extremists scrutiny and recent training in the Philippines. Okay, this happened in the Philippines. Ahmed's bravery drew praise from Premier Chris Means as a lifesaver, with a GoFundMe surpassing 1.3 million US dollars, mostly from the Jewish donors. Prime Minister Albanese called it a dark day of anti-Semitism, while urging unity and vigils and ongoing probes. All right, and in Nigeria, we have on December 15th in Lagos, Africa's richest man questioned how Farouk Ahmed, NMDPRA CEO, afforded the $5 million US in secondary school fees for his 4 children in Switzerland on a civil servant salary.
That size actually necessary.
What? $5 million US, and you say you use it to pay for your 4 children's school fees, and you're a civil servant. Not 5 million naira
at all.
$5 million US. Okay, so in our news, Dangote has called out these NMDPRA, Farouk Ahmed, the CEO of NMDPRA, and he has claimed that he has splurged over $5 million US in paying for the secondary school fees of his 4 children in the Switzerland. So you see what they do here? They send their children abroad, to school abroad, to have the healthcare service abroad, you know, to practically live their life abroad. So the insecurities and the inflation and everything that we are passing through in Nigeria do not affect them
at all.
It actually does not affect their children.
It doesn't.
But Nigerians that voted you into power are here suffering and, you know, crying for help. Dangote has called for probes into Ahmed's assets and vowed to reveal school names if denied, linking it to their fuel imports licenses that undercut his refinery's output. Okay, so I think this is coming as a result of the rift that they both have. So hence, he's whistleblowing Farouk Ahmed. Anyway, sometimes in life, some of all these rifts are even necessary so that we get to know what's going on. But the sad thing about it is, whether we know what's happening or not,
it doesn't change anything.
It doesn't change anything, and nothing is going to be done. But we hope that something is done, and we hope that he's actually looked into by the EFCC or the necessary bodies. And it says the clash highlights tensions around corruption, education divides, and Nigeria's push for fuel self-sufficiency, with lawmakers now summoning both sides. Even the lawmakers that are summoning both of them now, are their children not abroad? Are they not doing, you know, when one person is caught, that like they say in pidgin,
it is when
now when they catch thief.
That's when you say like.
Do you understand? So, but you're all thieves. So I'm not calling the lawmakers thieves. I'm just saying we are all thieves. But when they catch one thief, everybody wants to, you know,
put the
claim
blame on the
like
person,
they're self-worthy, self-righteous, and
justify
all.
themselves.
But you know, you are also like that person as well. So I hope that they do better and they are called to action and they are called to book, and I hope that, you know, the necessary bodies do what is expected and necessary of them. Lagos Petrol Depot cuts prices by 14% after Dangote reduction. Dangote Petroleum Refinery lowered its gantry price to 699 naira per litre on December 12th. Its 20th adjustment this year amid slow sales of Pricer stock. Depot like Menge, Integrated, Bovas, and AA Rano quickly matched with cuts to around 710 naira, while Alinko Dangote announced nationwide pump prices of 739 naira at partner stations starting today, Tuesday. Importers face heavy losses on old high. Excuse me, I beg your pardon. Importers face heavy losses on old high cost stocks, but the competition promises cheaper fuel for consumers if supply stays steady. Look, Dangote is not the only person in this Nigeria. Dangote is not the only businessman in this Nigeria. So, Dangote is not the only person in this Nigeria. So, I wonder why any time we talk about oil sector, oil
It's
and
always involved.
it's always Dangote. What happened to our refineries? Why can't the government work on our refineries so that, you know, that monopoly can, you know, have a little competition? Or even if it's now almost as if the government have decided to not work on the on our refineries. Can we have other people come and invest? Can we have other people come and you know, build their refineries and start up their own, so that there's going to be a bit of some competition?
Yeah.
Because if it's just one person, whatever that person says is what we are going to do.
Become final. Everybody
Do you understand?
adheres to him.
So, Juliet, I think you should try and get your refinery up and running. I think you mentioned that a few days ago. So you should get your refinery up and running so that, you know, we can have some competition here and there. Also, we have Abi, are you not going to give us a refinery?
Of course.
Good. So Juliet,
And you too, try and get your refinery.
Mine is up, but it's not yet running.
Wow, that's great.
So Niger State nears completion of IDP housing in Gursu. Phase 1 of the housing projects for internally displaced persons in Gursu is almost finished. Okay. Launched as a pilot in July to provide permanent homes beyond temporary camps. Officials emphasize support for livelihoods alongside shelter, as Bago has long argued camps are unsustainable and paired resettlement with cash and food aid. Amid banditry and kidnappings in areas like Siroro that have displaced thousands, praise highlights the progress, while critics question if it concedes ancestral lands to criminals instead of reclaiming them through security effort. Look, if we have a safe Nigeria, if we have a safe place to stay, I don't think we'll be having need for IDP camps, because Nigeria is a blessed country with very good weather. We hardly hear of natural
volcanic eruption,
volcanicals. We don't have natural disasters, right? We hardly have natural disasters. Maybe if at all we've ever had natural disasters, it's just flood.
Yeah,
right?
majorly
Of which
flood,
can be contained.
majorly.
Right? So if it's flood, if this IDP personnel were as a result of flood, it's understandable. But most of our IDP camps in Nigeria is a result of the insecurity of the country, which is not nice. It's not supposed to be. I mean, these people, when it's time for election now, you see them going to these places and buying this, buying that. But give us a safe Nigeria so that people don't have to leave their houses. People don't have to be chased out of their houses and then start living life afresh, living life anew from the scratch in IDP houses. I mean, that is not.
That should be their priority.
That is not their fatherland. That's not their fatherland.
Yeah.
This is not the fatherland that we dream of. This is not the fatherland that we were promised. Imagine, growing up as a child in your father's actual compound, in your father's actual house, and then life turned and you find yourself now living in an IDP camp. It doesn't make any sense.
At all.
If we have a safe Nigeria, we shouldn't be having IDP camps here and there, please. It's so sad that it's not as a result of natural disasters. That's why we're having these IDP camps. It's majorly because of insecurities. Tomorrow you will hear bandits have attacked this place, they burnt houses, they burned this, and they did this. So people are now displaced, so they now have to get IDP camps for them. It just doesn't make any sense, please. Let's
and the way it's just reoccurring is just like the bandits themselves. They are so coordinated that they know where to go, they know what to do, they know how to operate. Like, it's just reoccurring every now and then.
And then nothing is done about it.
Exactly.
Anyway, gunmen kill father and abduct 15-year-old twins in Okpela. In Okpela, Esako East, Edo State, Oyo State. Assailants invaded the home, shot the father dead, and kidnapped the twins. Kidnappers demanded 100 million naira ransom, a crushing amount after the family's loss. Imagine just losing your father, and then there's a ransom case, 100 million naira. And I'm very sure that family, I'm not sure that family has seen 10 million naira in their lifetime. Then you're not asking them for 100,000 naira when you just killed the father of the home. Even if the father of the home is alive, we shouldn't be suffering out this. The incident underscores Okpela's status as a kidnapping hotspot amid ongoing insecurity with recent police rescues on nearby roads, but no confirmation yet on this case. Calls grow for the twins' safe return as fear grips local communities. A lot has happened.
And a lot is still happening.
All right, we'll go on to the next segment of this, the next part of this segment, and we have a comment here on our YouTube page. We're going to have that on screen shortly, so we'll see what our viewer has sent to us. Let's see what the comment is. I'm so scared of going into the market to buy things now because of how high prices have gone. This is what we just talked about. This person has said that he or she is so scared of going into the market to buy things because of how high prices have gone. But the funny thing is, whether or not you are scared, whether or not you go to the market to buy, you'll eventually
get something.
You'll eventually go to the market. You'll eventually get something. So either you buy from the market or you buy from the store in your house, you eventually buy.
Yeah.
So you have to spend that money.
Yes.
My sister, my brother, I'm sorry to inform you, but you see that market, you will still go to the market, and unfortunately, you will still spend that money. All right, so we're talking Christmas and how we cope in this Christmas season and how the reality of Christmas is. All right, we have another comment on our YouTube. Let's get that up. I understand that people want to make profit, but the price difference now and before this festive season is a lot. True. Very true, very true. People are complaining. You needed to be at the market scene when we had that. People are actually, people are suffering. People are complaining bitterly. This person has said now that he understands, he or she understands that people want to make profit. Of course. I cannot use 5,000 naira to buy something and expect them to sell it 5,000 naira for you. I have to make my profits, right? But then the greed of people now comes to play here, because I bought something for 5,000 and I want to sell it for 15,000 naira. It doesn't make it doesn't add up now. It doesn't add up. For something you buy 5,000 naira, the profit margin that some people add up to their goods, it's really crazy. Hence, we're having this comment that the person is saying that he's scared of going to the market, and then another person is saying that he understands that he or she understands that you want to, as a seller, you want to make your profit, but it's a lot. It is a lot.
I feel the traders should try as much as possible to be considerate this time. I understand that the rate at which they buy the goods, it's expensive, like things are getting high, but then they should also be considerate to our fellow Nigerians. They shouldn't just sell everything that they have at exorbitant rates. They should try as much as possible to consider those who do not really have the money.
All right, so let me ask you this quick question, Juliet. When you walk into the market this Christmas, what shocks you the most? Is it the food prices? Is it the transport? Is it the clothing? Is it the things that what actually shocks you the most amongst these three I just mentioned? Food prices, the transport, or the clothing? Which one shocks you when you walk into the market?
For me, I would say two actually: food prices and then the clothing.
So why? I mean, it's Christmas, so it's understandable that things should be high, right?
Yeah.
So why is it surprising? Why does it shock you when you walk into the market?
It's shocking because it's something that I bought before, but then by the time I get to the market, especially if you are living on budget, you would understand how it feels like. So for me, just say, for many families, Christmas now means cutting back, fewer clothes, fewer visits, smaller meals, but the same expectations.
Okay, all right.
So,
okay, all right. So, all right. For many families, Christmas now means cutting back, right? Fewer clothes, fewer visits, smaller meals, for the same expectations, like you just mentioned. That's I understand that this period, like you said, families are going to prioritize essentials over celebrations. Families are going to prioritize. They're going to choose which one is more important than which one. What should we do? What should we not do? And then they shrink the Christmas traditions. That idea of having so many families over, we are going to have to reduce it.
And
so
going
many families
over
are going to have
to other families as
because
well.
that transportation cost is also high. And apart from transportation cost, the insecurity.
Yes.
If in Christmas period before, you used to freely and comfortably, travel to see a family member, let's say at somewhere like Sapele now, you have to, for the insecurity reason, you have to just sit down in your house and that's also shrinking Christmas tradition. You just have to just use, thank God there's a phone. So use your phone and do the calling and send airtime, send data, and just do that Merry Christmas gifting, or send them money and just sit down in your house, as against the normal tradition where you go with your children or go with your younger ones to visit your aunties
or when
and your uncles.
Parents can easily leave their children to visit whoever they want to visit.
Do you understand? I don't think
relatives.
that's going to happen this Christmas because of the rise of the insecurity and all that. And then there's going to be a rise of the stay at home. This Christmas, there are going to be so many stay-at-homes. So many people are going to, stay at home and just do their, like I said, just sit down at home, make your calls to your family and friends, just wish them Merry Christmas, and you just comfortably stay in your house. No pressure to go anywhere. Just for those that go to church, they go to their church. When they come back, to just eat, and everybody. Like me, that has always been my tradition. When I go to church, I come back, I eat my okodo, and then I sleep the whole of the day. Maybe later in the evening, if I have any reason to go out. But I don't think in last 3 to 4 Christmases I've ever gone out on Christmas Day. Maybe I can go out days before that Christmas Day, or maybe days after. But see that Christmas Day, like
It's
3 to 4 Christmas, I
You
just sleep.
don't.
I just stay at home, and that's the day for me to just relax and sleep.
This reminds me of, you're just like my mom. I remember we were little then, on Christmas Day, after preparing food and everything, my mom would be like, go bring your plate. So bring our plate, and then she would serve us food and everything. Later she would say, after eating, at this particular time,
Everybody
we
go
will
and
go
sleep.
to, not everybody will go and sleep. My mommy already has it in mind that she's not going anywhere. But she just wants us to be optimistic. She'll be like, eat your food first. When it's 1 p.m. or 2 p.m., we'll go to this particular person's house. We'll go to our brother's house. That's what she always says. So we, based on, as a child, you have that high
Expectation,
expectations and everything. After eating, my mom will say, go and watch movies. Don't you want to watch movies? Watch Bible story or something.
Yeah.
After watching, before you know it, will go and tap my mom. Maybe my brother or my sister, they will go and tap my mom. Mommy, we are ready. We finished watching story. My mommy will say, let me just rest a bit. Let me just rest
I'll
a
get
bit.
back to you people.
Before you know it, she will sleep up. The thing is, it's my mom's tradition. She does not travel during festive season, like on that particular day, during that Christmas day. She does not like it. New Year day, she doesn't go out. Let's say after some days before she goes out and take us to wherever we want to go.
That's it for me. So that's why I think we're still going to have a rise of stay at home this
Yeah.
Christmas. There are going to be so many families that just adopt my style of Christmas celebrations. You know, just sit down at home. Thank God there's data, there's phone, there's
There are movies
there
to
are
watch.
movies to watch. You know, you can even FaceTime your
Yeah.
friends and loved ones. You can call them on video call, and you know, instead of meeting you physically, I can, you know, still meet you virtually, right?
Yeah.
So I rather do that than I first of all, whether Christmas or not, I really do not like visiting people to start with.
Should I say you're an introvert?
I don't know, but I will. I really, before now, I do not like visiting people. So saying that I should go out on Christmas Day, it will not even happen before. Except maybe I have what will actually take me out on that day, and maybe I have someone that will come and pull me out from the house. But that's after church, after eating, me, I will get dressed,
just go out
and carry myself and go out. All right, yeah, we have the emotional and psychological impact of economic pressure, how faith, community, and creativity help people cope. So what do you think can be done about the seemingly reality of Christmas as it is? We have to budget and prioritize. We have to supply local markets, or we have to support local markets and alternatives. What that means is that you know, we're going to, as against, you know, buying from Lagos, buying from other states, just buy from where you are. You don't have to do so much. You know, practical consumer tips for festive spending season. You know, government's role in stabilizing food supply and transport. Our government has a lot to. They have a lot to do because they have a lot of role to play in stabilizing food supply and transportation. At least, if not one, give us one. If not the two, give us one. But normally we should be having the two.
Yeah.
It's our rights. You know, it's our right to have both food and transport and security. I beg your pardon. So we should have the two and more. We're not going to ask for one and leave the other. We need everything. We need food. We need a stable food supply. We need transportation. We need the government to subsidize transportation for us.
They should
we need
intervene.
government to, you know, get parks up and running for us, bus parks, because if the government have their parks, right, that do interstate and intrastates, I think the prices will also be cheaper than what we have now, because these are what we currently have are private businesses. They all want to make their gain, right? So okay, let's even look at it from the private businesses now. On a normal month, you pay your drivers, let's say 100K. Christmas, you have to pay them their Christmas bonus. You have to buy rice for them. You have to do this for them, right? For your drivers and for your staff. That also, I think that also is part of the reason why the transportation will also increase, because, well, how else do they, you know, meet up to that margin and then generate that revenue for that, if not increasing the prices? So if we have government parks and government organizations and government parks, basically motor parks, that, you know, they give subsidized rates, rates in the price. So if normally from Lagos to Warri is 10,000 naira, and we go the government park, we can get to like 3,000 or 5,000 naira. That would make more sense.
Yeah, it's
that will help Nigerians. You know, apart from the insecurity, it's also, you know, it's going to help Nigerians a bit. You know, and then government also has a lot of role to play in our flights. prices. The hike in flight price is crazy.
It's alarming.
From Warri to Lagos normally should be 60, 80, 100K. But now I cannot imagine paying 400 to 600K
Wow.
to Lagos. Lagos. That is just that many minutes.
Within the country.
Within the country. How much am I paying abroad?
As in,
It's crazy. Then so for you, Juliet, what economic signals do you think we should watch out for in this coming new year?
What economic signals should we watch out for? Basically, I feel one of the economic signals we should watch out for is goods and services, especially the aspect of goods.
Yeah.
Especially the aspect of goods, we should pay more attention to how goods should be gotten at a cheaper rate for everybody to be able to live comfortably, irrespective of their level in the society. Should pay more attention to that. We should also pay more attention to the cost of transportation. If the goods are cheap, the transportation should also be looked at. That's what basically we should look at, the price of goods and transportation. That's what I have to say.
Nigerian government, our eyes are on you. We are watching you. The eagle's eyes is watching. We are watching out for a better government in the new year. We're watching out for a better government in the sense of transportation.
Yeah.
Like we just mentioned, we need motor parks and, subsidized transportation. We need subsidized
food supply.
We
Yeah.
need do something about the fuel and the oil sector.
Yes.
We keep hearing Dangote work on our refineries. Now. What is our offense? Nigerian government, work on our refineries. All right, let's quickly close the segments. Christmas may be under pressure, but resilience remains a defining Nigerian trait. As families adapt to economic realities, the bigger question remains: how do we build an economy? How do we build an economy where celebration is not a burden and prosperity is shared beyond the festive season? Send us your thoughts and send us your opinions via our social media pages, our social media handles displayed on your screen, on our Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok. Like we just had a comment from YouTube. So send us your comments, send us your opinions on what you think that can be done, what you think, the government should do to help curtail the outrage or the overspending in our economy and the overspending in this Christmas season. All right, you can also watch us on the go by downloading the TVM app on Google Play Store, and you can also follow us on our social media pages. And also, please know that this segment, TVM Express, is very much up for sponsorships. Send us your adverts so we advertise the businesses for you at a very much affordable rate, and you get to reach millions of subscribers and viewers all over the world. We reach out to a lot of people, and you would like your businesses to reach out to a lot of Nigerians and people watching globally and all over the world. All right, from all of us at TVM, we wish you a reflective and meaningful Christmas. And from me and my co-host, we say a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. Right, Juliet?
Yeah, Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year.
Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.
Bye.
yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas.